Hello you guys, and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I have a spooky story time for you guys. I had to fit the theme, and I'm currently looking a little different, a lot of bit different, because I did Tim Burton-esque makeup last year. If you've been here since last year, I did a corpse bride look in one of my videos. I didn't paint myself blue though, but I'm like, this time why don't I just do like the makeup style, just like as me, and it eats. It eats. It's giving I should be in, I don't know, one of those films. Like y'all, I'm actually so proud of how this came out. I'm literally gonna show like what the makeup was given last year and what it's given today. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get on with this story time. Okay, so this story that I have for you today is a spooky, scary story time from my childhood. I don't have a lot of stories. I'm thankfully not one of those people that's like, oh yeah, some weird things always happen. I'm always here and I'm always seeing weird things, but I just ignore it. I don't know how y'all function. I don't know how y'all function. Like, I gotta move out. I gotta move out. I gotta move out. But this is one story time where my soul truly left my body. So let's set the scene. I'm probably like middle schoolish, like sixth grade ish age. I remember around the time of middle school, my aunt moved in to this new house. And like growing up, majority of my life, my auntie would live in like places with roommates or places with her friends. Like she was on that grind, right? So she moved into this house and it had like roommates, of course. And I just remember, y'all, I just remember like the area it was in, it was like in a hilly, woodsy neighborhood. I've never lived anywhere like that before. Like when I was really young, I lived in like apartments, which obviously have a lot of people around. Even the neighborhood that I grew up in, the houses is like I've never lived in like ooh, like that kind of area scares me. It creeps me out. I don't want to look outside and see the darkness. Like don't get me wrong, there were other houses there, but that's what I'm saying. Like this is the type of neighborhood where I don't know where you guys are from, but I'm from California. The real scary wildlife you're gonna see here is probably just stuff like coyotes, or if you're really, really like in mountain, like middle nowhere area, maybe a mountain lion. But I'm like, this looked like the type of neighborhood where like a coyote would be in the backyard. You look in the dark street and you see something you did. Like I just remember the first time we went over there, I was definitely creeped out by the area one, but also just the vibe of the house. And it wasn't just the vibe of the house, it was literally the vibe of the house. Let me explain. So when I would go over there, like when she would pick me up and we would hang out or have movie nights at her house, mind you, she didn't have like, she doesn't have any kids of her own. So it would just be like me, and all the roommates and stuff were like adults. It was a very adult house. Like obviously everyone was very respectful when her like 11-year-old, 12-year-old niece was there. But I just remember like the house, like when she would like go to the bathroom, I would just feel creeped out, y'all. Like I don't know how to explain it. It was a house. Oh, let me first get into the setup. So again, I don't know if this is like a California thing, a geographical thing, but the house was like weird to begin with. Like I said, because it was kind of on a hill. It was a kind of house where like when you walked in, you came in at the top floor. So the top floor had the kitchen, living room, bow, and then downstairs was like my aunt's room, other rooms, and then to the backyard. I'm like, that was the first time I had ever seen a setup like that. I've never seen a two-story house where you came in at the top. So that was weird to me. The only other place I did see that setup, again, I think it's just like a geographical thing, but was when I visited cousins in the Bay Area in Oakland, because I'm from Southern California. If you don't know, Oakland, Bay Area, that's Northern California. That's the only other time I saw a head setup like that. But that house didn't creep me out like this one did. So what I mean by the vibe of the house was truly creepy, and because one, I was a kid, but also, baby, I've always been a scaredy cat. I've always, you don't ever invite me to Universal Horror Nights, walk through. Don't ever say you want to have a Halloween movie marathon and put on Terrifier and The Conjuring. I thought we were gonna watch Twitches and Coraline. That's the type of vibe. So in the house, like one, I was a kid, but two, I'm already just scary. Like I remember the way that like the roommates or whatever had the house set up, they just had like old school posters and like horror posters and like horror things kind of just like around the house. It wasn't even October. I just think they were kind of into like the deep, dark, scary. You know how some people are really just big horror fans esque type people, and I think some of the people who lived there were like that. Like my aunt's room was cool. She loves Stitch. She loves Mickey. Like, but outside of the house, like I just felt like the blinds weren't open that much, and then it's these horror. Like when I would watch a movie with her, then she would go to the bathroom. I would kind of be sitting like looking around just waiting for something to move. Like, I don't know, y'all. The house just gave me the creeps.
But I think I see something looking at me through that window.
Especially like I said, when it was just one-on-one time with her. So it's like, yeah, and also I didn't really see the roommates too much. To me, the living situation was just like the vibe of like they kind of stayed inside their room unless they needed to, or they were just at work. I don't know. Like I said, I was like 11. This was 10 years ago. But anyway, that is the vibe. The house always gave me the creeps every time I visited, and that was just my opinion on it. So, nothing weird yet, just weird vibes. One day, my aunt throws this thing. I'm pretty sure it was probably a 4th of July. Y'all know black people love a good 4th of July uh, burger on the grill, water balloons, but ain't nothing about America. Okay. Like, I think it was just something like that where she invited like the family to her house and she said, we're going to do a water fight. We're going to do the cooking. The kids come in their bathing suits. Like, I'm going to have water balloons. There's a hose in the backyard. Boom, boom, boom. So I was excited because, like I said, even though this house like gave me the creeps, I think I never even slept over really. But a lot of times when I was hanging out with her, it was just one on one, and it seemed like no one else was there. But I was like, it should be less creepy, you know, because it's gonna be all day, and I'm gonna have my cousins, and summer days, the sunlight stays out. So I was really excited to go to this barbecue. So the day comes, I come in my bathing suit. It's good vibes from the jump, y'all know. It's a summer day, it's hot. Kids love water fights. Like we brought our water guns, then there was balloons and stuff like that. And also like more people in the house. Like when houses give you the creeps, more people in the house make it feel more, So it was fun. Like at first, I just remember it being a basic, regular day. Like I said, we're eating, we're chilling, and honestly, I think even sometimes when I'll like come out of the bathroom, I don't know if I necessarily explained to my cousins that the house gave me the creeps or if they could just read and were just vibing off my fear. But I even remember like some of my boy cousins and stuff trying to be funny, like scare, stuff kids do, scare you when you get out the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, don't have me on edge. I'm already scared. Right? But whatever. So we get to the part where it's like, okay, we're gonna fill all these. We're gonna, you put all the water balloons in the thing, and boom, you guys can start. Y'all know how water fights get. They gets down. They don't play, especially a 4th of July one. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Besides, like what I'm about to tell you happened at the water fight, I remember this day. I don't think I've ever been in a water fight like with balloons since this day. Because let me tell y'all something. Why can we unpack why do water balloons hurt so bad when they don't break? Like when they hit you and they don't pop? Why does it feel like someone just threw a brick at you? Like I remember the rest of the day, hip was on fire because someone chucked one at my hip and it didn't pop. With how bony I am, and especially I was as a kid, I don't know why I didn't pop, but I remember it hurt. Anyway, let me set the scene in the backyard. So because this was like, I don't know, like just the neighborhood I wasn't used to like this setup and stuff. Like people in the South and areas with more room, because like I said, I'm in Southern California, you can probably relate. So the backyard, it was like the door, and then there was a porch. Like it would be in the front yard, but you had to go down the porch to get to the grass. And then it was just all grass. The porch was wooden. I had been in the backyard many times because there was like dogs that lived at that house. I would play with them and stuff. But yeah, so that's it. Imagine, You go out the door, the wooden porch, the grass, and it's a big space. Like it's one of those backyards that stretches kind of like around the house. So there's plenty of space to hide, run, and all that stuff. So I remember we are having the water balloon fight and we're getting into it. We're throwing, we're chugging, we're using the water guns, all that kind of stuff. So, stuff could get messy and injured, like I just explained about my hip when it comes to water balloon fights. I remember, I'm already sure a couple people had already fell, but when you're on grass and when you're a kid and when you're into it, it don't really matter, right? So I remember someone is after me in this water balloon fight. One of my cousins, whatever, right? I'm running, and I decide instead of like running around the porch in the grass to get like to a hidden side, I'm like, I'm just gonna run, hop. I had the hop show. I was a baller. I was a gymnast at the time. I'm like, I'm gonna run, hop like from the side of the porch, not like use the steps and run across and jump off, like so I get around quicker so I don't get hit, right? So I'm running. I run up to the porch, and y'all, I'm running across the porch, y'all. Why do I just, it felt like something grabbed my foot and tried to drag me to the beneath. I'm not, I'm not joking, y'all. But whether that's true or not, I don't know till the day. I fall through the porch. I fall through this dirty, rusty, old porch barefoot because I'm in a water balloon fight. I literally felt like something grabbed my ankle, dragged me. But either way, both feet fell. I mean, I'm a kid, but I've always been like pretty lanky. I don't know. When I dropped like to the floor to the grass or the nasty dirt below the porch, I probably dropped like to my waist. So as soon as that happened, I'm screaming. I'm like, because what I told y'all, it just felt like, and how I already feel about this house. I'm screaming. I'm like, what happened? I'm stuck. I'm screaming. Everybody stop. The adults come out. They're like, what the hell? And they're like, relax, relax. Like, and they look at the porch. And basically, like I said, this house gave old, it gave creepy. I don't think I mentioned it gave old before, but it did give old. Basically, what I think happened, even though I swear it felt like something grabbed my foot, y'all. I swear to God. I swear it felt like I'm okay, maybe like my brain is just imagining things because like I was already scared and found the house creepy. But that's what it felt like. Basically, they come, they're like, what the they're pulling me out. Like y'all, it was so scary and nasty. Like I felt just enough for my body to fit. It wasn't like a gigantic hole. And like because the house is old and it's like wooden, it seemed like from all the hose and the water and stuff, the wood basically just became hollow. And when I stepped on it, when I ran across, it just caved in. And I fell into the nasty ass underneath the house, underneath the porch. And everybody laughing like something funny. Everybody laughing like something's funny. Like I swear I didn't feel something grab my ankle. But they're telling me to just relax and that I just fell. Right. And I'm gonna keep that in my head so I don't overthink this story and get creeped out again. Y'all, it was so nasty because again, who knows how old that house is? I fell, like I said, in barely anything. Well, my mama didn't play. I was in a one piece because I was like 11, but in my bathing suit into dirt up under the house through this like. Ugh. I remember I felt so gross. Everyone thought it was funny the way I was screaming and got so scared. And obviously, like they weren't really mad at me because it wasn't me. Like they didn't know the water was gonna make it all hollow and cave in. So they're just basically like, all right, kids, porch is off limits. Like, if you're coming in the house, come around the hole and be careful or use another door. But I was pretty much done after that water fight because I felt something. It felt like something pulled on my foot, but there was nothing to be found. So I'm just going to stop before I freak myself out, y'all. I'm really going to stop. I don't know what to say. The rest of the cookout was fine. I was, like I said, I was done with the water fight after that. But y'all, like, that really creeped me out because I don't know if y'all remember. Like, when I fell, okay, I was already scared. So I'm like, okay, maybe my brain just made up the feeling like something pulled me and maybe I just fell. Okay, maybe I just fell. But I think when I fell and when I think about that story, it gives me flashbacks to like, do y'all remember that one movie where like these kids went to visit their grandparents, but like their grandparents were weird and it like wasn't really their grandparents. It was like people who got out of a mental hospital and like their grandparents, I think, and like pretend to be, and they're so weird. Like I don't know if y'all remember the movie. Like I feel like I saw a scary movie like that before. And what wasn't they like under the porch or something? Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. My when I tell you my soul left my body. Like y'all, even if I didn't have my mind playing tricks on me feeling like something pulled me, isn't that like scary to drop underground? Like what? Like yes, guys, that is a story. That is a story of when I fell or was let me stop. Underneath my aunt's house that already gave me the creeps. She honestly didn't live there long, probably just like 2 years, so I didn't have to endure the creepiness that long. But y'all, that house always gave me the creeps. And then that happening was like the cherry on top. No, thank you. No, thank you. But yeah, guys, that is the story. You guys know I'm a theme girl, and I wanted to give you guys um, a little theme story that popped into my mind that I remembered. Cause yes, like that scared the out of me for real. For real, for real, for real. Oh, does my black cat want to add to the theme? You want to add to the theme, Wally? Say something. Say something, I'm good. All right, you guys, thank you for listening to the story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I will be back with more and more content all of October and so on. But yeah, as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.